To be here in Geneva County. It's been a lifelong dream to run for this office, and it has been an experience over the last 6 months that I will never forget. I've enjoyed every single minute of it and got to meet some new folks and reacquaint with some folks that I hadn't seen in quite some time, and it was an honor to be a candidate for sheriff of Geneva County. I have spoken many times about the love that I have for this county and the people. And I continue to have that and will have that from now on. I love Geneva County and its people. Unfortunately, we come up short in the election and was down by 7 votes in the provisional ballots. We wound up being 9 votes short in the overall election. And due to the love that I have for Geneva County, I feel that it is in the best interest of myself personally, and not only that, my family and professionally, that we concede the election to Tony Helms. So as of January 2015, the next sheriff will be Chief Deputy Tony Helms. I ask that the citizens get in behind Tony, support him in this role, because that's an endeavor that he's taking on that is beyond words. And you don't understand what a political race is until you stepped off into it, like we've done this past 6 months. And I thank God for the opportunity to be here. I thank God for the opportunity to have been a candidate. And if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them for you.
Talk about that.
Yes, Tony and I were friends before this election cycle started. Tony and I will continue to be friends. In fact, I sat down and talked with Tony before I came in here to discuss this with you. You know, we will continue to be friends, and even the position that I'm in now with the state, you know, we're still going to assist Tony at the sheriff's office as the next sheriff to make Geneva County the best it can be, because he and I both have a love for this county and for this department. And we both had a very clean race. I couldn't ask for no more from Tony, just like I know he feels the same about me.
Yesterday, after the vote was certified, you were given 48 hours to make a decision. You know, how long did it really take you to make that choice?
We made a decision to go home last night, my immediate family, and sit down and have a meal and prayer. And I have 3 beautiful daughters and a son that is beyond words, and a wonderful wife. And we sat down and we discussed it. And I asked, even though their ages, as some people might not ask their kids their opinion, but we sat down to start with before we decided to step off in this journey. And I asked them what their thoughts were and where we wanted to go from here. And we come to the decision that we would step back and allow the county to move on and not cause any more issues for the citizens of this county. They spoke with a 9-vote difference between myself and Chief Deputy Helms, and we decided it was in the best interest for everybody to do that.
I'm waiting on y'all.
How are you feeling?
Again, I feel great. I felt great ever since the election, and I'm just happy that the people of Geneva County have turned out to support us, and it's been a great campaign. And especially with David Hall, he has been a great opponent to run against. We had a good, clean campaign, and he and I were friends before this, and we're still friends.
You'll start in January, correct?
That is correct. January 18th, I believe, is our swearing date, and for the next 5 months, I'll be continuing as chief deputy and working under Sheriff Ward and helping him as he closes out, and hopefully the transition will be nice and smooth, and seeing how I won't even be having to move my office.
Could you have imagined that this whole race would kind of play out as it did, so close, the way it did?
In reality, I knew it would be close and had predicted it would be close from the early on. I knew we would be in a runoff. I knew that the runoff would exist. I knew we'd be close. Like I say, you have, I think the first time in a long time that the sheriff's race has had so many capable persons running. And like I said, I'm just proud it came out as it did.
Since Greg ran?
Well, probably ever since Sheriff Ward ran against Sheriff Whittle.
What does it say about both of you guys that it came out to 9 votes total between you two? What does it say for you and for David?
There again, I think it came down to, we were the people felt we were equally qualified. There again, we were just so close to each other as far as maybe the few extra years that I've got here might have squeaked me out with a few extra votes, but there again, we were just pretty much all along the same line as far as qualified, and the people were satisfied that we could do the job.
Tony, you said during the campaign that you're going to stay in the same office right there in the front.
Correct. When you turn that corner, I want to be the first person you see.
What are you? I know you mentioned that you want to build the reserves up, and there's a couple of other programs you want to look at. Have you had time to think about some of the other stuff you might want to do?
Well, there again, there's a lot of other stuff I'd like to do. Right. That's going to take the cooperation of our county commission. There again, I intend to do my best to cooperate with them and make sure that I follow the same type of help that Sheriff Ward's had with them, and I hope we have the same relationship. Everything's based on money, on what we're allowed to do, and there's a few other things I'd like to do, and hopefully we'll get to see them. Not going to take right off. It's going to take a few years to kind of get it going. Nothing ever happens overnight.